Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time, I'm going to go over to This Will Hold. This is a Substack, and this is third whistleblower, the Epstein files, the stolen election, and the NSA audit. Okay? Math doesn't lie, people do. How Wall Street stole your vote, and why Congress is protecting the predators. This will hold. I will list all of the information about the Substack in the description, as I always do. It says for over a year, we've tracked global hybrid warfare operations combining cyber attacks, financial manipulation, satellite technology, political influence, and election interference into a single system. Newly uncovered evidence now shows the 2024 US election was manipulated in real time, while some of the world's most powerful figures are implicated in what drives the deafening silence that follows. I will put the screenshots of everything in the thumbnail so you can check that out for yourself. But it says transcriptions of discussion. TWH, are you willing to go public with your team's findings? WB, public testimony would need to occur after the rightful president is in office, but yes, of course. Or a member on the team. We have several that can speak to the intricacies. TWH, intricacies such as WB, why Gaussier's exit happened when it did, the CBS sale, why JP Morgan funded Epstein, Lindsey Graham's October 2024 visit with Oracle in Israel, the NSO group activity that led to WhatsApp case, and subsequent series of rulings not involving Meta or OpenAI. TWH, all of which is tied to the 2024 election, question mark. WB, yes, in the Epstein files. It's not just the Epstein list, it's decades long effort with multiple layers. Check out his Epstein's travel October through early November 2016. And again, note Senator Graham's early October 2024 visit to Israel. TWH, that date looks off. Was it the following week if the Epstein files and breach logs were released? Wouldn't have that cleared the system out? Question mark. WB, you're probably right. On the date, clean? Question mark. How much of the world's economy is managed by very few people? Question mark. Cataclysm coming to mind. TWH. So much of what they are doing is unconstitutional. Crimes against humanity are on the rise across the globe. Who has proof of the NSA authorized audit, and why are they sitting on it? Question mark. WB. Um, Constable. Question mark. Think about the players involved and ask yourself that question again. Multiple individuals have the data. I'll be traveling. I need to be where the banks aren't controlled by JP Morgan, or it is abbreviated JPM, which I'm assuming that stands for JP Morgan. TWH, would the data store up the November numbers? WB, yes, it's 100% Pentagon certified that she won. When they say she, I'm assuming that that is Kamala Harris. It says TWH, okay, we'll discuss a proxy. WB, there's no reasonable vantage point where me going public provides more credibility to this topic for now. TWH, and that's due to the current administration. WB, correct. Reach out to Andrew Courts. Needless to say, there are more issues than simply Trump. TWH. To tell him what exactly? Question mark. WB, tell him the guy at the center needs some flexibility. Compounding crisis. The unresolved Epstein files, according to the whistleblower, implicate figures in corporations from JP Morgan to John Paulson, explaining both the silence surrounding the 2024 election and Congress's refusal to challenge Trump's appointees or unconstitutional acts. Is telling us to see the latest article, and then they posted now very much talked about, very much viral, note that Donald Trump has sent to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday, which the administration and the White House press secretary is now saying that is not his signature. However, other people have came out and spoke about this. Donald Lawrence for MSNBC, unbeknownst to everybody else, he did. Well, not everybody else. Few people knew about it because he actually did a segment on his show where he said that he received a check from Donald Trump in a note. It was on friendly terms, and the check was for $10,000. However, Lawrence O'Donnell did turn it down because the check was supposed to go to his favorite charity, and it was from the Trump Foundation, which was found to be a scam. He turned it down. At that time, I think he was a candidate for president. I believe this was in 2016. Um, don't quote me on that, but do your due diligence. The article continues to say a global command network per whistleblower to keep evidentiary lanes clear. We highlighted public records knowledge. At the heart of the system is what cybersecurity experts call a reflective controls network, a web of technology that doesn't just hack equipment, but shapes perceptions, markets, and even physical events. The WhatsApp bridge capture, the most explosive revelation from the NSA authorized audit, the DOD slash DISA dismantled a WhatsApp bridge on December the 11th, not merely severing a connection, but capturing an unprecedented cascade of data containing proof of comments, uplinks, and real-time manipulation signals from election day. The cascade contained uh, commands from Oracle Israel slash NSO group directing voter manipulation. Another one is timestamp matching polymarket betting spikes. And another one that says Starlink uplink logs showing when and where satellites transmitted data to voting infrastructure. And it says financial transactions metadata connecting to voter flip to immediate hedging and profit taking. Okay, and it has a series of news articles from the Washington Post and other various areas about the election. Um, you know, but it goes on to say this statement ties Epstein, Till, Musk, Trump, Oracle, NSO, AP 28, SIG, Stack, JP Morgan, stolen election. The article continues by saying 2 months of silence between the election day, November 5th, and the Treasury, December 31st sanctions suggest that data was being collected, classified, and tightly controlled at the highest level. Of note, when the DOD slash DISA took down the WhatsApp bridge, they cut Musk's direct link to the operation. This adds context to Trump's sudden midterm obsession. Eradicating mail-in ballots, strong arming red state governors, and gerrymandering Democrats out of Congress, shifting lucrative space contracts from Musk to Bezos, and even starting a war with Venezuela. And then it goes on to have screenshots of other stuff, which I will try to include in during the process of it. It may not totally be in link with the actual video as I'm reading it, but you will have the information. It says YDISA instead of NSA or CISA. NSA focus on signal intelligence site. They can detect and decode communications but don't necessarily dismantle physical or digital infrastructure. CISA protects civilian election systems but doesn't operate at the military or global surveillance level. DISA uniquely bridges the gap between intelligence collection and operational control. 1 point, it can coordinate directly with the U.S. Cyber Command, also housed at the DoD. It has the legal authority to intervene in military-grade cyber operations. Keynotes in this network include Oracle Israel, overseas scheduling layered for a shadow fleet coordinating election manipulation and market moves across Russia, Iran, North Korea, and China. NSO Group operates a blockchain-based command system that routes instructions between foreign intelligence agencies like Russia's APT-28, Iran, North Korea, and Chinese operatives. WhatsApp used as a command and control hub under DoD. DISA removed the bridge on December 11, 2024, capturing critical communications in real time. Polymarket and Coinbase, financial platforms where foreign money and betting markets were used to both fund operations and profit from inside knowledge. DTS Global slash A16Z via Flexport, a Flexport backdoor um, connecting NSO's blockchain to a management layer for Shadow Fleet, asserted as part of the context for November 14th, 2024 FBI action involving Poly's Market CEO, Substsck International Group, C, a U.S. Israel global options market maker slash prop trading firm tied to TikTok, Yaz, and Wagner Group operations, suspended of coordinating currency in Forex attacks. Founders Fund, Peter Thiel, the connective backing Palantir surveillance and data analysts for both government and private sectors. Polymarket, where manipulation bets were placed. Stack in monetization, stole Stack messaging from Disney leadership, and Democratic campaign operatives were valued, added, and fed into trading slash op pipelines. Public records confirmed the Disney Slack uh, infiltration. Okay. It says the U.S. military and intelligence actions per whistleblower. Again, to keep evidentiary lanes clear, we've highlighted public records actions. February 28, 2024, the U.S. Army SID disrupted a Russian-controlled blockchain connecting APT-28 Poly Market, offering $4 billion in transactions to Coinbase and interfering Poly Market futures. November 14th, 2024, FBI searched the residence of Polymarket CEO Shane Copeland the week after the U.S. elections, citing these links. December 11th, 2024, the DoD, OGC, and DISA removed a bridge connecting an NSO-operated blockchain to WhatsApp, enabling collections of Election Day C2 communications. Okay. It says collaborated and dated public records. January 2024, Safar Katz, Oracle CEO, met Israel officials, including Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, confirms Oracle's senior level Israel engagements. January 2024, DOJ disruption. Court authorized operations against the Kiwi botnet, Soho routers used to mask vote typhoon activity. February the 7th, 2024, Joint Adversaries CISA slash NSA and international partners published technical guidance on vote tycoons living off the land, tradecraft, and migrations. Founders Fund investment Polymaker. Founders Fund is an investor and led a 2025 round. October 24, Senator Lindsey Graham travels to Israel, trip confirmed publicly. November 14, 2024, FBI raids of Polymark CEO Shane Copeland confirmed. December 2024, WhatsApp service side fix neutralized an exploit consistent with the time frame the documents cite. December 2024 and May 2025, WhatsApp versus NSO Group rulings. U.S. court found NSO liable in December 2024 and May 2025. A jury awarded $168 million confirmed NSO's exploitation of WhatsApp. December 31st, 2024, U.S. Treasury sanctions on Iran/Russia for 2024 election interference matches the documents referencing, to the Treasury action. Treasury names an IRGC unit and a GRU linked entity and details their influence ops. What wasn't said, who cleared those flows between the sanctions were implemented. The financial settlement layer per Whistleblower. The billions in bets, currency trades, and covert funding that made this operation profitable. Polymarket and Coinbase on February the 28th, 2024. Army SID disrupted a blockchain connecting APT28 to Polymarket, resulting in $4 billion orphaned inside Coinbase. And then it goes on and on. Like I said, it even talks about Elon Musk role, the delivery layer before Starlink, air grabbed voting systems. Most election equipment isn't supposed to be directly connected to the public internet. Multiple layers of security hacked would need to breach a country's network, state reporting systems, and vendor backed end portals. Fragment infrastructure with different equipment, software, and rules across 50 states. Each county required unique attack strategies. No ground level whistleblower, Starlink's low Earth orbit DTC system removed the human risk factor, replacing the countless local intrusions with a single centralized exploit. Securing the midterms. In the 2020-2021, Trump allies executed an illegal five-state equipment breach that cybersecurity experts, including Dr. Duncan Burrell and Dr. John E. Savage, have described as an unprecedented breach in election system security. That same compromised equipment was used again in 2024 election. Until these vulnerabilities are fully resolved, any discussion of the 2026 midterms, from countering gerrymandering to fundraising and non-starter. We cannot hold another election on a compromised equipment. And then it goes on for the closing notes and everything. You can definitely read this. It talks about the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, written for the moment a stolen election is a rebellion against the Constitution. We have the obligation to remove the entity unelected illegitimate regime. And it keeps going on, and you definitely should go and check this out. It's a whole gambit of information that is located in this Substack. For anyone that wanted a detailed, in-depth thing, about this. I thought it was interesting, being is that in Florida, they do have a case where they are saying that there is suspicion and some evidence that elections in Florida were manipulated, and also in Rockland, New York, in the one county where Kamala Harris received no votes, as opposed to the lower races for governor and mayor, so on and so forth, underneath a president, where the Democrats won by a majority, but for some reason, when it came to the big ticket, which would be the, presidential election between Trump and Kamala Harris, she received no votes whatsoever. So those are the two things that are going on currently right now that are working its way through the court system. Not a lot of people are talking about this. They have this foundation called Citizens United. I believe that's the name of it. And these are the people that are currently challenging the election results in Florida and in New York, Rockland County. So, very interesting read. Take your time. Click on the link and, go through the information, because it's a wealth of information here. Again, the Substack name is This Will Hold, and I will link everything that needs to be linked. But this is a super long video, longer than I expected it to be. Throughout me talking on it, like I said, I will be putting in or inserting the screenshots and things like that, or will just leave the link so you can check that out. Let me know how you feel, or what your theory is in terms of, do you think that the election was legitimate? Do you believe that it was legitimate? Let me know down in the comment section. I would definitely love to, get your opinion on this. And again, take this with your own discretion. There's a lot of information out there, so I would suggest anyone do their due diligence and just go. And if you really want to know, you know, just put yourself in a frame of mind of just, being unbiased and actually looking into these things. But this, to my knowledge, is the third whistleblower that has came out. And with that, I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I truly do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And with that, you guys, I'm gonna head on out. But always remember, be good to yourself first.